Man, we just keep hearing how amazing Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith looked at Eagles OTAs this past week, and it has a lot of the Eagles coaching staff absolutely raving about their possibilities in 2023. Also, Darius Slay, Matt Patricia, seems like they've squashed the beef on their relationship and their coaching situation going forward, and Stefon Diggs is missing. Very confusing report today. I'm Thomas Mott. This is the Thomas Mott Show. What's up, guys? Thomas Mott here. Welcome to the Thomas Mott Show on a Tuesday. A lot to go ahead and get into. Let's start with the daily rundown. First of which is the Darius Slay, Matt Patricia situation. We finally have a update on the fact that Slay and Patricia apparently didn't like each other, and the Eagles hired Matt Patricia. Well, Darius Slay has spoken, and seemingly all is well. Here's what he said. Quote, Slay said things have been cordial. It's another day in the office. We both have the same goal. It's going to be just going out there to compete and win a championship, so that's the main focus. And quote, and there have been pictures and videos surfacing of Matt Patricia walking around Eagles OTAs. He will be a part of this staff. He is a part of this staff, and this was always the situation going into this offseason with the OTAs and training camp. They were going to have to figure things out, and I know that in the past, Matt Patricia apparently was not a very good head coach. Apparently was not a very good, head coach in person to Darius Slay. There's been a lot of kind of inter-rumors about how Darius Slay did not want the Eagles to go ahead and hire him, but seeming like they've squashed the beef. They're both professionals, and they both have one goal in mind, and that is getting better. And Patricia has had a proven track record of being a pretty good defensive-minded coach, and even though he's not your defensive coordinator, he at least can be an advisor. He can at least help out with different places and hopefully get all of these guys better, not just Darius Slay. So no worries there. Looks like it's going to be okay. We'll see what happens, obviously, when you get to training camp, and if any sort of beef or stuff were to go ahead and rise up. Let's move over here to a little quick wrap-up on Eagle OTAs. We keep getting little snippets about how great Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith looked during their couple of weeks inside the NovaCare complex, couple of practices where they actually had to go ahead and put the helmet on and see how good they look. And even though they did no 11-on-11s, they were just getting raved about here. A report from Dave Zangaro, NBC Sports Philadelphia, said this about the situation. Quote, I think you just see their athletic ability and the drill work. Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni said on Thursday, we're doing a lot of 7-on-7, not team drills, but they're getting a lot of individual work. You're seeing the things that we saw, obviously, on tape of what they do well and the power, their athletic ability, and their personalities. He would go on to say this, you're seeing that in everyday drills. It's not the same type of measuring stick that you get from maybe a skill guy who's getting some team periods with the 7-on-7, Sirianni said, but you're seeing the development in the skill, and you're seeing their skill in the individual periods with Coach Rocker and Coach Jeremiah Washburn, end quote. And so again, more and more people now. Nick Sirianni, it's just like the whole coaching staff has raved about the fact that both Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith have looked ready to go. They look like plug-and-play starters, and that's the most impactful thing I think we can take away from OTAs is that this is not going to be a slowly work them in, rotational type players who might see 9, 10, 15 snaps a game. I think Nolan Smith and especially Jalen Carter are going to start right away. Now, obviously, Nolan Smith has to play behind Hassan Reddick. He's not going to be a starter, but he's going to play a bunch of snaps for Philadelphia. And Jalen Carter might not start snap number 1 because you have Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis, but he's going to be rotated in there and playing a ton on this Eagles defensive line. And most importantly for both of them, they're going to make a massive, massive impact. And that's huge for Philadelphia. Anytime you draft someone in the first round, you're expecting them to at least contribute in year 1. Doesn't guarantee they're actually going to, be a Pro Bowler or be Defensive Rookie of the Year, but you want them to at least contribute like Jordan Davis did last year pre-injury. Wasn't a Pro Bowler, but contributed, then got injured, and then slowed down a little bit. I think these two are going to be some of the most impressive rookies Philadelphia's had in a very, very long time. And I know it's early. I'll read the comments. You guys will say, Thomas, it's too early, just OTAs. I know, but at least they look the part so far. And the thought process is they have a whole offseason to get ready to go for week 1 when Philadelphia travels to the Patriots to take on New England. Okay, over here quickly to the PFF offensive line rankings here. Just want to mention that Philadelphia continues to have the highest graded offensive line each and every season, it seems. They're number 1 in PFF's rankings going into 2023, as they obviously are projecting Mailata, Dickerson, Kelsey, Juergens, and Lane Johnson to be your starters. It could change. It could be Tyler Steen there at right guard. Who knows? But Philadelphia there at number 1. No shock there. They should be at number 1. Cleveland is your number 2 projected offensive line with Wills and obviously Teller and Conklin. They got a lot of good offensive players there on the offensive line. Chiefs are starting to get even better. They're up 1 from last year. They're at number 3. Running up your top 5 was Baltimore, and then Detroit with Decker, Jackson, Ragnow, Vaitai, and Penei Sewell. So Philadelphia continues to have the best offensive line in football, and it's one of the main reasons why I don't see the Eagles taking a massive step back in 2023. Sure, they've had people move around, and they've added some good players as well, and you got Jalen Hurts and the factor that he has, but the fact your offensive line is as good, stayed as good. I mean, it's basically stayed completely intact minus the right guard. regard. Might have gotten a little bit better, is a really good indication that Philadelphia is going to be in very good hands this year, and they should win a bunch of games just based on the fact the O-line is that good. Okay, over here to a very interesting developing story that could change day to day, hour to hour, because the whole Stefon Diggs situation is fluid, and we're going to get more updates. Maybe by the time you watch this later on tonight or tomorrow morning, there might be another update here, but Ari Mirov has this update here. Quote, Bills wide receiver Stefon Diggs did report to Buffalo's facility on Monday for pre-camp medical testing. He then didn't show up today, and head coach Sean McDermott told the media he was very concerned. Bit of a bizarre situation unfolding. Now, this is very interesting because this is the whole Buffalo Bill OTA time, and everybody reported, and Stefon Diggs did not. Now, you initially read this, and you have one of two questions. Is this some sort of weird medical situation? Because he did show up on Monday, not showing up today. Is he missing? Did he not show up? I mean, you kind of hope the guy's okay from a personal level. And the other side of this is he upset with the current situation at the football team? Did he show up on Monday, maybe get into an argument with somebody about his contract or about the Bills continuing to come up short in the playoffs, and mainly he's going to sit out and want out? We don't know, but this is something to definitely keep an eye on, as Buffalo very much in the hunt for a Super Bowl in 2024. Josh Allen just got the cover of Madden 24, and yet their number one target, one of their best players, isn't there in the building. And while, again, it could be a personal thing, and it could be, in terms of, hopefully it's not, in terms of his health or safety, the fact that head coach Sean McDermott told the media today he's very concerned is interesting to go ahead and keep an eye on. Thoughts and prayers there for Diggs if it's a personal thing or an injury thing. If it's him wanting to hold out and him wanting to, get traded, that could really spice things up in the AFC. Now, I don't think Philadelphia would trade for Stefon Diggs. Let's not be ridiculous here. The guy makes $14, $15, $16 million a year. I'm not implying that, but if he were to leave, where would he go, and how would that shift the balance of power in the AFC remains to be seen. The good news is Philadelphia not in the AFC. You don't have to worry about any of those 7, 8 great quarterbacks that are over there. You deal with the Dak Prescotts of the world. You deal with the Brock Purdy's of the world. You deal with the Kirk Cousins of the world, and then you just waltz to the NFC title game, hopefully, and win it yet again. Final storyline here, speaking of who did show up to mandatory minicamp, Bucs linebacker Devin White did. Dov Kleiman says this, quote, Bucs linebacker Devin White, request to be traded from the team, has reported to mandatory minicamp, although he isn't practicing per NFL Stroud. It appears White might be holding in instead of holding out to avoid fines by the team. White is seeking $18 to $20 million per year per ESPN. We talked about Devin White a lot in the past and how he could be an option for Philadelphia. He's linked himself there by commenting on Greedy Williams' Instagram posts and so on and so forth. But he's shown up. He's going to be a Buck. He's holding in that way he doesn't get fined, which is smart because why would you just give away free money? But he's not going to practice because he doesn't want to get injured and he wants a new contract. So I doubt he gets traded. I've said that all along. It's not going to happen. Philadelphia is not, in the running. The fact that he did show up is good news for the Bucs, who now have to figure out the financial situation of paying a linebacker $20 million a year, which is way more than the Eagles would ever be interested in paying. Okay, plenty more stuff happening the next couple of days and weeks, including our Wednesday Link Live on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Myself and Josh Davis working on a bunch of cool shorts. Hopefully you guys are checking those out. Did a Chip Kelly one yesterday about how he ruined the Eagles. If you missed it, go ahead and find that on my channel. I'm Thomas Mott. This has been the Thomas Mott Show.